Okay, good morning, Thriving Warriors. And Alexa, what is the date? Alexa, what is the date?
It's Wednesday, January 11th.
Great. And Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:08 a.m.
Good. And Alexa, what is the weather?
Right now in Amargosa Valley, it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds with a high of 49 degrees and a low of 31 degrees.
Okay, 31 to 49 degrees. Good morning, Wada Bevy. Good morning, Charlene. Expecting, and there is Diana. Good morning. Good morning. So here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you get from point A to point B, the journey from point A to point B, where B is better. And how do we do that? Through a series of breadcrumbs. Bleep, bleep, bleep. This is the first breadcrumb, this short little podcast, 10, 15-minute like podcast. But the real stuff is down below. The real breadcrumbs are down below. See description, please subscribe, click on the bell, and share this with other people. That's all part of what we need to do. First breadcrumb is the link to our 4-week basic training course, our neuroscience approach to success. This is week 2, day 3. Next link is to the motivational video that I use starting at 4:20 in the morning to prepare for this. Next link is the link to the TED Talk that's associated with where we are. Today it's regarding the reticular activation system, that part in our brain that is the actual thing that people relate to the law of attraction, to praying, etc. We'll talk more about that. And another link to a Jordan Peterson short little video, a link to Inc. magazine, Elon Musk talking about why it is important to learn how to be a leader. It's not just technical skills, it is having the ability to manage and lead people. So a little link to that. There's a link to our Bible studies, where we are today. Links to the services we provide our members: housing, clothing, food, hygiene, transportation, skills training, foundational employment, and career planning. And there is the breadcrumb, which is the transcript of Seth Godin's daily blog. So a lot of stuff in this. Let's get ready to go before the next breadcrumb. Make sure you have your essential tools, i.e. coffee. This one says Roland. I spoke to Mark Roland yesterday in Australia because we finally got somebody who could figure out how to get the computer going for the Oculus. All right, that's going to be a big step. So we have our coffee, have your pen, paper. I have my AFWorks notebook, paper. Take notes, because it's not about listening to something and saying, oh, that's kind of cool, or that sucks. It's about actually learning it, moving it from working memory into long-term memory. Is that correct, Watabevi? All righty. So have all your tools ready to go. The next breadcrumb, the theme of our journey. This is the journey from point A to point B, where B is better. The daily theme of our journey is it's simple, ... breadcrumb. It's simple. Learn to lead. So that's the daily thought. Let us get started with our first affirmation. Write down in your book, I am so happy and grateful now that what? Ask your brain, what are you happy and grateful for now? Let's see, I could say, now that iron sharpens iron is over. No, that was a long one last night. Wow. I am so happy and grateful now that, let's say, first thing that comes to my mind. Now that EJ is here helping us with the stuff he kind of learned in the Navy about being systematic and structured, figuring out where do we want to go, how do we get there, what are the things we need to do. and having the enthusiasm and the determination to actually get it done versus the people who have over the years said, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? They're very good at pointing out things that need to be done versus actually helping doing it. So that's one thing I'm so happy and grateful about. Today on the Hit Parade, lunch with Randy, lunch at noon, 5, 10, 15 store. Randy, Stacy, Barry, and Dan to talk about how we actually move forward. Might have a new guy showing up today. That would be good. Good system. All right. So today, some memes from today. Memes from today's video. Diana, what is a meme? What is a meme, Diana? Waiting. Okay, Charlene, what is a meme? What a bevy. What is a meme? Oh, I have one thumbs up. Wow. What is a meme? Correct. A meme is an idea that spreads from brain to brain. Right. No, it's not an online joke. A meme is not an online joke. Could be. I went from B to A in school. Good. Good job, Diana. Diana's grade is now cumulative of A. And thank you, Charlene. Okay, ask yourself, what do you want? Then wait for it. Ask yourself the question, what do you want? It's in today's video, but Jordan Peterson is very big on asking your brain questions because our brains have evolved to solve problems. If you make a statement like, I'm bored, your brain is not engaged to solve a problem. If you say to your brain, what can I do in the next 5 minutes? Boom, all of a sudden you're going to get a whole bunch of ideas of what to do. Our brains have evolved to solve problems. The fundamental problem is, how do I survive? Then once you get beyond that, then you start thinking about other problems to solve. If you ask your brain a problem to solve. So what do you want? What do you want? And then wait for it and be ready and become aware. Next important meme from today's video. He who knows he knows not knows best. Okay. What we find is the people who know the least think they know the most. They think they have the answers to all of the questions. But you find the smartest people, the higher up they go in the IQ range and experience range, what you find is their attitude is, wow, I never realized how much I just don't know. Versus very opinionated people who know little, who say, yeah, when I was tested when I was 5 years old, I had an IQ of 2 million. But so school was boring to me, so I dropped out because I was too bored with it. It wasn't good enough. And they think they have all the answers, but they don't even know the questions. Whereas the people who go to top schools really get this idea of, boy, I really just don't know stuff. I need to take on the position of student. I need to learn. All right, time is racing. We're 8:43 in. Reticular activation system, that part, the top of our brain stem that people associate with the law of attraction or prayers. Now that we have technology tools sophisticated enough to see neural activity, we can see what happens. So if you ask yourself the question, why do I hear it when somebody says my name and I'm not even aware of the people in the room? I'm here talking to this person, somebody back there who I don't even see says my name, and I immediately hear it. Why is that? Well, that's because the reticular activating system. And what we'll learn from today's video is it's that part of your brain that's constantly scanning, like a radar, sonar, whatever, all information available to us to support our belief. So if we have a belief that our name is important, our reticular activation system is constantly looking for things to support the belief. So if somebody says my name, I hear it immediately. Like I'm listening for somebody to say my name. Why? Because it's important. My name is important to me. Why is my name important to me? Because when I was a little kid, My mother would say, if I call your name, you answer. Don't make me come looking for you. Whack. So all things that are important to us. So what you want to do is prime your RAS for things that are important. So what happens when you pray? You ask for something that's important. And on a neuroscience basis, you're priming your RAS to say, this thing is important. So if I hear it, see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, anybody says anything having to do with this thing that's important to me, bring it to my awareness. Bam, boom. That's how the reticular activating system works. But you can learn more about that from Mark Dawes in the video. Cool. Next, Seth Godin, Seth's blog. And also convenient. If you want a breakthrough or something at the top of the rankings or a skill that few have or a chance to build something you're proud of, ... breadcrumb, breadcrumb, breadcrumb. It doesn't pay to also require that it be convenient. Okay, so if you want a breakthrough or you want something at the top of the rankings or skill that few have or a chance to build something you're proud of, it doesn't pay to also require that it be convenient. In other words, there's a price to pay for the things that are important. Don't think it needs to be convenient, which is a great segue into the next breadcrumb, which is called what, Diana? Navy SEAL maxim. You want to get from point A to point B where B is better? Well, one simple way to do that is to Navy SEAL maxim act such that yesterday was the only easy day. So when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at it because it's right there on the wall. Yesterday was the only easy day. If you act such that yesterday was the only easy day, you're going to move forward in your journey from point A to point B. Journey, as we learned last night in Iron Sharpens Iron, is something that takes a long time and it's full of adventure. So your journey from point A to point B. What do we know when you get to the top of the mountain? What do you find? According to Richard, you know the guy, Virgin. When you get to the top of the mountain, you're going to find that there's nothing there. It's the journey up the mountain that gives your life meaning. So, getting from point A to point B is not supposed to be convenient. It's not supposed to be easy. If you have a predisposition of yesterday was the only easy day, you're going to push yourself just a little bit further today. How do we do that? Right. So let's see. Charlene says, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Right. Let everybody else focus on what can I do to make my life more comfortable. Instead of do that, choose the hard path. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So as people tap out, guess who's left? Right. When you're at work and they're looking for who's the person we promote. Oh, the guy we can depend upon because they're always here. They're not looking for convenience. They're not always asking me how I can make their life easier, right? Social contract at work. Your boss's job is to make your life better. How does he do that? Training you and paying you. And your job is to make his life easier. If you do that, you win. Especially because everybody else is trying to get their boss to make their life easier. Hey man, could I have a break? Could I do this? Can I go do that? Always asking their boss for something to make their life easier and more convenient. The people who win are the people who do the opposite. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. How can you do that? Well, you notice that you say, God, this sucks. Well, again, Navy SEAL Maxim, one of our two Navy SEALs, Mark Devine and Dave Schmeck, you can acknowledge, God, this sucks. Embrace the suck, because there's at least 1 billion people out there that would trade places with you right now. No matter how bad your life is, there's 1 billion people that would rather have your life than their life, and you probably wouldn't want to change with them. You wouldn't say, okay, yeah, I'll take your life. No. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. Choose the hard path. Have humility, work hard, take ownership, take responsibility, have discipline, sacrifice for others. Let's see. Embrace the suck. Embrace the suck. What else? Be more samurai. Karate chop chop. Be more samurai. Karate chop chop. Every time I say that word, I have to say karate chop chop because that's what? Right. Exactly. Austin Powers. Karate chop chop. Be more samurai. What do we mean by that? Do the job as perfect or task as perfectly as possible given the time and resources that you have. Good just isn't enough. Mediocre is not acceptable. If you want to get from point A to point B, you want to have a better life, do not accept mediocrity. Embrace the suck, or Diana says, enjoy the suck. Okay, what else do we have on our hit parade? Lastly, at 1548, if you're still here, remember that God isn't done with you yet. You still have some function to fill, something to do, find your purpose, go out and do it, make other people's lives better. And can somebody say, I don't know, is Wada Bevy still there? Can somebody say, and cut? Okay, Wada Bevy is there, and cut, and cut, and cut. Thank you, EJ, and cut.